Dr. John Thomas, former consultant gynecologist turned freelance PI, private investigator. No case too big or too tight. This is my boss, Professor Dick the Dong Dixon. When it came to gynecology, the Dong was the Dong. Dick was the dog's bollocks. He took everything he knew about gynecology. The rest I picked up from the graffiti above men's urinals.
Where you been, John?
Hanging low since my court case.
I've got one last investigation for you.
No interest.
One more case, John, that's all I'm asking.
Don't bring me back there, Dick. I wake up at night dreaming about those stirrups.
The rest of us can't make head or tails of it. We did an expert, and you're the best damn private investigator this city has ever seen.
All right, I'll do it. Damn it, I knew I should have taken that job as the gynecologist for the British Olympic team. Do you have any idea how many trampolinists are incontinent? Who's the dame?
How did you...
There's always a dame. This is gynecology.
She's in your office.
Her hair was the colour of white chocolate. I wondered if she'd melt in my mouth as easily, and if she'd stain my trousers if I dribbled her over my lap.
Please, Miss Stop. That's stoppative. Please don't.
My name is Dr. Jonathan QX Thomas, the third. D-A-M-B, B-S, M-R-C-S, M-R-C-P, F-R-C-O-G, P-H-D-O-B-E. But my friends call me, you arrogant prick.
And what would you like me to call you?
Whatever you want.
Why, thank you, Abdul. But let's cut to the quick. One of my periods has gone missing, and I think it's been stolen.
Really? What makes you think that?
A series of electrical impulses passing through my cerebral cortex giving rise to conscious thought. I don't see how that's relevant.
It's up to me to decide what's relevant, Miss Stop.
Quite. But let's not beat around my bush. Don't you want to more closely examine the scene of the crime?
I prefer to start with a little history.
Fair enough. Elizabeth I was the final Tudor monarch from 1558, her death in 1603.
Fascinating. Any history of gynecological problems in your family?
No, I'm an only child. My mother was a Catholic, but my father wasn't the kind to complain.
And your own periods?
I know they're coming a day or two in advance, then all hell breaks loose. My life gets turned upside down, ruined in a small bloodbath.
Sounds like me and my wife during our divorce.
Oh, so you're not married?
Not since I told her I'd been in more vaginas than she'd had hot dinners. She got jealous.
Couldn't she just eat more?
Anatomically impossible, I'm afraid. My court case was the straw that broke that hairy, salivating, hunchback camel's back.
What happened?
That court case ruined my career, ended my marriage, and made me miss 3 episodes of Vernon Kay's All-Star Family Fortunes. Damn it, I knew I should have taken that job as the gynecologist for London Zoo. You have any idea how many giraffes get ovarian torsion? Please, Miss Stop, you're making me wet down there.
I trust you to find my periods.
Don't worry, Miss Stop, I'm going to find that period. Just one more question mark.
Anything for you.
Have you taken a pregnancy test?
Negative.
Are you positive?
I'm positive I didn't take it. Now can we stop stalling? Maybe you ought to dust me for prints.
I think I'd rather start with a few routine investigations. Miss Stop just wasn't giving me what I was really looking for. I realised I'd have to probe her genital tract harder and deeper if I was going to properly satisfy myself. To narrow it down, I asked her to produce a list of the men that she'd been intimate with in the last few months. Blimey. To narrow it down, I asked her the names of the men that she'd slept with. Realising my mistake, I asked men she couldn't remember sleeping with, but may have done so anyway. The enormity of the task hit me like a brick wall with a hefty right hook. I decided to call in a favour. I went to see Willie Johnson, a backstreet trader with a good line in black market gynecology, including some great embryos that had fallen off the back of lorries. Something told me Willie would know something about my case. I respected his subtlety and the fact that he didn't advertise himself.
Periods, get your stolen periods!
Hi, Willie.
Ah, Dr. Thomas. I I haven't seen you since you lost that court case.
Water under the bridge, Harry. I'm on the hunt for a missing menstrual cycle.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Really? How about now?
How can you threaten a man with a speculum?
You ever wondered how Simon Cowell was such a big arsehole?
I'll tell you everything. You're asking on behalf of Miss Stock, right?
How did you know?
Word gets around. Not as much as she does, though, if you know what I mean.
No, not really.
Don't forget what colour light Stock is, John.
Ah. Go on.
A red light. She's a looker.
Nonsense, she's never been near a rugby ball.
She's a pro.
Professional what?
No, she's a prostitute. She has sex with men in exchange for money or other remunerable items.
What are you trying to tell me, William?
What's wrong with you, John? It's as if your power of investigation's got ruined droop.
I haven't been able to get up since my court case.
What happened?
It was the end of one of my clinics. A woman came in complaining of bleeding after sexual intercourse, but I ruled that out with a quick examination.
The
No, her face. The most disgusting thing I ever see. I had to pass a speculum to make sure that her husband wasn't blind, but after 5 chaperones had vomited, I decided to pass a speculum in the dark. Then she yelped in pain.
Did you caught something?
Yes, her tonsils. In the dark, I mistaked her bearded chin for her pubis and passed the speculum in the wrong hole.
Did she complain?
Once I let the speculum down. Damn it, I knew I should have become the gynecologist for NASA. Do you have any idea what a prolapsed uterus does in zero gravity?
Be careful, John. There's many a man got caught in that Venus flytrap of hers.
I still don't understand what Willie was trying to tell me. There was something he said which struck a chord. I felt that the answer lay in Miss Stock's list, a list that may have been pretty well laid already. I'd like to call in 4 names, 4 men that I hoped would have the answer to this whole sordid affair. People who would trigger something in Miss Stock's memory, evoke something in her, and get her gushing. With the answer to this whole sordid affair.
Dr. Thomas, have your investigations proved fruitful?
Miss Stock, it seems that your uterus is eluding me. I thought about taking you top down and bottom up, but it seems I need an entirely different way into you. Any of these men look familiar?
Open. Time to the Revue mouth. No, none of them.
Are you sure none of them stole your period?
No, none of them.
This one looks like he might have had blood on his hands.
Just a regular guy.
Fair enough. You can go now, guys. I would say you're in the clear, but that's up to the STD clinic to decide.
But you haven't had the kind of periods.
You can go too, Miss Stock. I've got a feeling I just can't give you what you're looking for.
But we're getting so close.
I like to pull out while the going's good. Just one more thing before I go.
Yes.
Look familiar.
Not at all.
This is a receipt I found among your lists. It's a shopping receipt, dated yesterday, for 1 packet of paracetamol, 1 hot water bottle, and a booster pack of super-absorbent tampons. Hardly the shopping list of an innocent lady.
They were for my sister.
But you told me you were an only child.
No, but...
Ah, you've had that period all along. You just want me to be like a fool by rubbing my face in it.
Damn you, Thomas. What made you suspect?
Please, Miss Stock, 25 years in gynecology have taught me to detect when a lady's faking it. Why did you do it, Stock?
I saw your court case. It was in all the papers. You'd just fallen foul of the stiffs in the court. Would the courts think it foul if I fell on your stiff? The tabloids are crying out for NHS sex scandals. They're bored of Mark Slack and Diana Wood. Let's just say that one's dried up. Just think of the fame and publicity I could have had. Maybe even with a full-page spread with all the anatomical details.
looks like you've been well and truly stopped. Stop.
I demand a second opinion.
Now I'll touch you.
I wouldn't mind, actually.
But you'll ruin you.
I was going to retire anyway. This seems like a much more fun way to bow out.
Don't dilly-dally, Dickie. Take me now.
What do you do now, John?
Well, maybe it's time I took out that offer as being the gynecologist in the Louvre. See if I can find out what's really making the Mona Lisa smile.
Dr. Thomas, you've got to help me. Someone's stolen all of my 47 children.
Tune in next week for Dr. John Thomas, private investigator in A Study in Holland, The Silence of the Browns.
There will now be a short interval of 20 minutes. Please join us in Act 2 when there will be more fun, more hilarity, and a short opera.